So I'm going to be demoing Ryan's work here, and we are getting the not a worldwide debut, but let's call it a Storytell internal debut of the UI version 2, I believe is what we're calling it. Is that the right naming convention we're using so far? Okay. So this is what the future version of the UI is going to look like. It's not fully functional with all the backend features and stuff, so kind of bear with me, but I'll point out some of the areas that are different. So, I mean, obviously aesthetically, it's a little bit different. We're using some different styling. We still have the same left side panel here. We now have this collapsible feature, which is really awesome. I know that's been something that we've been longing for a while here. And outside of the reason it makes it so easy to add these is because of the new component library that's been added. Ryan, correct me if that's not right, but what that component library does is allow us to use a lot of like out of the box features, buttons, styling, things like that that you might otherwise have to create like from scratch or make them like somewhat bespoke. So this component library really allows us to like drag and drop certain features, and like I would guess that maybe this whole login thing here is part of a component library. I don't know for sure, but I'm just speculating a little bit since it
Yep.
seems easy to add. And that's great too. This is something that we do not have on the current Storytell platform on every page, where you can see exactly what user account you're signed into. So that's awesome too. And then the big kind of overarching change is that we have an expansion of the like automations concept that we're now calling work streams. And the idea of a work stream, right, is like putting together this automated pipeline of steps that one can take to get value out of your content, out of the Storytell platform. So this one here, I think, is meant to kind of mimic our current automation step, which is you upload content, it sends a smart chat of some kind, and then the output of that smart chat is shared either via email or webhook. Um, you can actually click through these. They don't do anything just yet, but eventually I'm sure you could click in and like change the content that's being used here, or change the prompt for the smart chat, or change the output you're sharing to. But right now, yeah, they're just kind of the UI components are the only ones that are set in. And then on the very left here, what you're seeing are the stock research, resume search. These are actually from my personal account, the tag groups that I have. So if I were to go over into the current Storytell version, you could see those as my tag groups. So that's the one piece that is hooked up into the backend right now. I don't think that's the long-term approach. Are these going to be tag groups, or are those going to be automations, or sorry, work streams, Ryan?
Yeah, those will be work streams eventually. Right now, I'm just using the tag groups to
Right.
show it, to show something.
Show up there. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so eventually this kind of work stream, I believe, will be really the core concept that exists in the platform from what I've heard so far. But this is awesome to see. Love the styling. Even these new features, those couple are already awesome to see. So I'm excited to see where it goes.